Hey everyone, it's time for the Daily Oracle. I pick the cards right before I do the live and I ask for a universal message. So this is for everyone and it's sort of like a universal message. The first card is from the Miracles Now deck by Gabrielle Bernstein, and it's like an affirmation to have. And so it is, I surrender my desires and I know the universe has my back. The theme of the cards today is truly, simply allowing things to happen, not being in resistance, not being in this trying mode, but really just allowing yourself to be. So I surrender my desires and I know the universe has my back. Then we get the lotus flower from the Earth Magic deck, and it's about unfoldment and realizing that even something as beautiful lives in the mud and has to go through challenges to come out through the top of the surface. And I'll read you a little bit about the card, and it's actually really beautiful. Your spiritual unfoldment is occurring at all times, whether or not you are aware of it. It is inevitable as long as you put your trust in the hands of the Creator, the one who holds the light. Like the lotus, your soul is always reaching for the light to fulfill its karmic destiny. But even in the process, there are periods of darkness and times to rest. It is a natural cycle, one that cannot truly be coerced or halted. It has an innate rhythm of its own, one that is unique to the being that is you. You do not need to strive or be driven by spiritual ambition. It does no good to try to force growth upon yourself, or others for that matter. Allowing is the key here. Allow the place in you that naturally wants to follow the light to do so, while recognizing that even when you have complete faith, you will face challenges and occasionally suffering. Your steady faith and love will guide you on the journey of returning to the light. So it's literally about allowing yourself and know that just simply allow yourself to reach for what feels light for you and know that suffering and challenges are a part of it. And if you have that awareness, then you don't struggle as much. So we have the lotus flower. We have the I surrender my desires and know the universe has my back. So it's just like, thy will be done. That's what comes to mind, is understanding that to the extent of what it is. And the last card that came out from the Soul's Journey deck, though it seems like scary, it's the Death card, and it's beautiful. If you look at the image, it's absolutely beautiful. And it says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So all of these cards, to me, link together really well. It's understanding that things are going to end. This is a time for us to simply allow what is going on to go on, without the resistance and the anger and the fear, and reaching towards the light, feeding our faith, trusting that the universe has our back. And the Death card says, death is an illusion. In fact, it's a fact of life that the human body we use to travel Earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited the body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely change, and everything must change, because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. This might mean that a soul lesson may be completed, and it's time to move beyond the point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. And that's exactly what's going on right now. We are learning to get out of our comfort zones. What we know as once being true is being truly shifted. And, there's a so-called death of what is familiar and this newness. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. So it's really important, and I say this in all my Facebook lives in the evening, to really spend this time in gratitude. And if you can't find it within yourself, just message 5 people every day who have made a difference to you, who have shared something that affected to you, an old teacher, an old friend, an old lover, whatever it is. Just reach out and say thank you to them. And that really puts you into a place of gratitude too, and allows the other person to receive from you. So once again, I surrender my desires and I know the universe has my back. Just simply, this is the time we truly just have to let go of what we cannot control and control the things we can, like having some semblance of routine in our lives. But no, there's an overall unfoldment happening, and it's a reaching for that light. And we have to go through the muck, the mud, the suffering, the challenges, but just constantly have that faith to reach towards the light, and simply know that, things end and they're just merely new beginnings. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I do this every day. You can check out my YouTube channel, Divine D, the Happy Guru. And if you have any questions, I'm also doing personal card readings for an exchange. So reach out to me, and from my humble heart to yours, be blessed, be safe, stay at home, and stay healthy.